How are you, 7? Today we're going to focus on subtraction of mixed number, topic 905. As we know from the previous lesson, we know that mixed number consists of whole number plus proper fraction like 1 over 3. I give you the first example here when we have 1 minus 2 over 10. So look at here the second fraction. The denominator here is 10. Therefore, you can write 1 as 10 over 10 because again any number divided by itself equals 1. Why do we write 10 over 10? Because we have the denominator here is 10. So here we have the same denominator which is 10. So now we can subtract the numerator. 10 minus 2 is 8. So 8 over 10. And my advice, you need to simplify it. Divide by 2. To here post number divided by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4 over 10 divided by 2 is 5, and 4 over 5 we name it the simplest form of the fraction. We move on to the second one, 5 minus 3 over 10. Because we deal here with fraction, so you can write any number over 1. That's why we write 5 over 1. And here, as we learned from the previous lesson, how you subtract here, year 7. So you circle here both denominator with different color. Now you see here the blue color here, the denominator here, you multiply this fraction by the same color, 1 over 1. That's right. And here the second one here with the red one, we multiply it by 10 over 10. So this fraction multiplied by 10 over 10. And then we write the new fraction. The new fraction here are 5 times 10 is 50 over 10 times 1 is 10, and then minus fraction, multiply here 3 times 1 is 3, and 10 times 1 is 10. And as you see here, we got the same denominator here. You write it as it is, 10, 10, 10, and only you need to subtract the numerator. 50 minus 3 is, 50 minus 3 is 47. And this is the simplest form of the fraction here. Now we move on here the second one, the third one. How you subtract here? If we have two mixed number, how you subtract them? Number one, it's an easy way to do it. When you have the same denominator, guys, straight away, again I'm gonna write it here. When we have same D, which means same denominator here. So you subtract it straight away. You put a fraction here. Subtract the first what, guys? Yes, the whole number. 6 minus 2 is 4. You write it here 4. And then you circle. And then you write 10 as it is. Don't change it. And then you subtract as well the numerator. 7 minus 6 is, 7 minus 6 is 1. So here you keep the same denominator. So the denominator here, keep it the same. So the bottom number here, keep it the same. And we got here 4, 1 over 10. We move on the fourth example here we have. So the first one here, when you have 5, 2 over 3 minus 3, 1 over 4. Now if you look at here, we have different denominator. What can we do when we have different D, which is different denominator, or different D? Just some I write it as D. What can we do here, guys? Okay, step 1, you circle the whole number, and here you subtract it. 5 minus 3. This is the first step, and then you put plus here, and then here the second step, you circle the fraction 2 over 3 minus as well 1 over 4. So here you subtract the whole number first. Second step, you subtract the fractions, and then you add them up. So this is how you do it. So here 5 minus 3 is, 2, and then plus here how you subtract the fraction when we have different denominator. So again, what can we do here? You circle the bottom number, or when you circle the bottom number here, again this fraction you multiply it by yes, multiplied by 4 over 4. And this fraction, guys, multiplied by, yes, multiplied by 3 over 3. And then here you write the new fraction. 2 times 4 is 8 over 4 times 3 is 12 minus 1 times 3 is 3 over 4 times 3 is 12. We still put them in bracket. Now we notice here that we have the same denominator. That's why we did this step. We multiply here by 3 times over 3 and here times 4 over 4. Now you keep again 12 as it is, and then you subtract 8 minus 3 is, yes, 5. And here 2 plus 5 over 12, here it will be 2, 5 over 12. Okay guys, just write it 2, 5 over 12. And we move on the fifth one, 8, 3 over 4 minus 6. Okay, here it's an easy way to do it, guys. So you subtract, because we have here a whole number. 8 minus 3 is 2, that's right. And here, do we have fraction here? We don't have fraction here. That's why you said 3 over 4 minus 0 fraction, which is 3 over 4. You write it as it is. And then we move on this one, the last one here, 4 minus 7 over 12. Again, here we have proper fraction, but here we have a whole number. How you write it down? How you change this number as a fraction? You divide it over 1. So any number you can put it over 1, and then you circle the bottom number. 1 and 12 we have different denominator. What can we do here when you have different denominator, guys? Yes, thank you. What you need to do, this fraction multiplied, so this one multiplied by 1 over 1, and this fraction here multiplied by, yes, 12 over 12. Good job. And then we write down the new fraction. 4 times 12 is 48 over 12 times 1 is 12, and then minus, you write it as it is, leave it as it is, guys. 7 times 1 is 7 over 12 times 1 is 12. And now 12 and 12 you keep it the same. So here 48 minus 7 is 41, and here we cannot divide 41 over 12, so this form we name it the simplest form of the fraction. Alright guys, and you can change this number, last step, you can change it into mixed number, because this fraction is improper fraction. How we do that? You keep 12 as it is, and then 41 divided by 12 is, yes, is 3, because 3 times 12 is 36, and the remainder is 5. Okay guys, thanks so much guys for listening. God bless.